Welcome to Legal 123s with ByrdAdatto. Legal issues simplified through real client stories and real-world experiences. Creating simplicity in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to another episode of Legal 123s with ByrdAdatto. I'm your host, ByrdAdatto, with my co-host, Michael Byrd.
Thanks, Brad. As a business and healthcare law firm, we meet a lot of interesting people, and we have some amazing dumpster fire stories.
Yes, and in Season 3, we were able to share many of these dumpster fire stories with our amazing audience. We started the season actually with our new partner, Greg Cardenas, and it kept going all the way to the end of the season, which caps off the dumpster fire stories with Too Good to Be True. But I want to thank our guests for Season 3, which besides Greg, we had Sarah Worski and Jay and Mara Shore, Jay Riero, and our podcast engineer, Rob Griffin. I also want to thank our great audience for continuing to listen to us on multiple different platforms and leaving us 5-star reviews.
Yeah, it's been great. I'm really grateful. We've been having so much fun recording this podcast, and that last season was no different, going through our dumpster fires. And really, Brad, you see, it's kind of like staring at the sun. You can't not do it. But there are some real, life lessons or, pearls of wisdom that can be gained from each of these stories that hopefully can be a cautionary tale for our audience. What was your favorite episode from this season?
It's pretty tough. We had a lot of fun with the dumpster fire season, and excluding obviously all our great guests. Episode 3, A Preventable Death to Your Practice, was a lot of fun, and episode 10, When Private Parts Create a Privacy Problem, was also a really fun episode to relive. But what about you? What was your favorite?
I hate doing this, Brad.
I know. That's why I asked.
Okay. Well, I'm going to redirect and play politician and answer what I want to answer.
Fine.
Which is the funniest moment of the season was when you had come up with the idea to use in the Too Good to Be True episode, the speaker story of almost buying the speakers. And when I confessed to you that I was that sucker, we laughed. It actually took us about 15 to 20 minutes to get back on track to get going.
And I think even funnier is that again, bringing Rob back into it, that Rob had a similar story, different town, but almost the same thing. But yes, fun story. Well, Michael, believe it or not, that does wrap up Season 3. Season 4 is just around the corner with our first episode, Breaking Out of Your Fishbowl with Nicole Chiamonte. This episode will be released next Wednesday. And Michael, what do we have in store for our audience in Season 4?
Well, the last few seasons, we've had several stories where the person needed to recognize that they should have stopped and asked for help. And so we're kind of switching gears a little bit for Season 4, and through our stories, going to educate our audience on this theme of when should I ask for help? And so we have some really cool stories you can maybe share a little bit more about. Yeah,
Michael, Season 4, we have, again, 12 episodes. This season, our guests are going to be, we have some plastic surgeon joining us, some M&A advisors. We actually have some Navy SEALs coming back again, and other special surprise guests that will help us out throughout this year, all pushing you to better understand when and how I should ask for help.
Yes. Well, for many of us, Brad, 2020 did not go as planned.
No, it did not.
In fact, I probably should just say for everyone. I don't think anyone predicted it, even Fauci.
No.
But knowing when to ask for help has always been important, even more so in 2021. And we're so grateful to have all of you joining us on the Legal 123s with ByrdAdatto. For now, we're going to say goodbye and look forward to you joining us for Season 4, starting on April 7th, 2021.
Thanks again for joining us today. And remember, if you like this episode, please subscribe, make sure to give us a 5-star rating, and share with your friends.
You can also sign up for the ByrdAdatto newsletter by going to our website at ByrdAdatto.com.
ByrdAdatto is providing this podcast as a public service. This podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast does not constitute legal advice, nor does it establish an attorney-client relationship. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by ByrdAdatto. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Please consult with an attorney on your legal issues.